Out of all the abilities I've talked about, this is probably the most interesting one thus far, Ability Doubler. You know who I am by now, and this is the 5th video on the history of Splatoon abilities. Last time, we went over all the abilities that were exclusive to Splatoon 1. Now, we're getting into an ability which is very limited in its distribution. But before that, let's go over the ability and see how it works. Ability Doubler is a shirt-exclusive ability introduced in Splatoon 2 that doubles the effectiveness on subs on that gear piece. So basically, instead of getting 1 main and 3 subs, you get 0 mains and 6 subs. This sounds like a net neutral. What's the difference between 6 subs and 1 main and 3 subs? Well, there is actually a difference. We're going to go into ability points, or AP. Each main ability is worth 10 AP, while each sub ability is worth 3 AP. So a shirt with 3 sub slots can have a max of 19 AP total, 10 for the main, 9 for all 3 subs. A shirt with Ability Doubler only gets 18 AP total, 9 for all 3 subs, then 18 for doubling them. So wearing Ability Doubler objectively gives you less abilities, but is 1 AP less really that big of a deal? 1 AP is only 1/3 of a sub. If you're wearing a pure of Special Charge Up, it'll take a special that's worth 180 points down to 156 points. But if you're wearing Ability Doubler and you have 3 subs of Special Charge Up, that same special worth 180 points goes down to 157, 1 point more. Another example is wearing Pure of Ink Saver sub will reduce a bomb that takes 70% of your ink tank down to 57.03%. That same 70% bomb would go down to 57.59% if you're wearing Ability Doubler with 3 subs of Ink Saver sub. But is less than a percentage difference really that impactful? Well, no, but why would you limit yourself? There's no reason to run this over a pure of any ability, and even if you wanted to mix and match the abilities, it's better just to reorganize your gear so you don't have 1 AP go to waste. So, what weapons actually want Ability Doubler? Honestly, you can make the case for a few of them. Short-range shooters like Splattershot, Splashomatic, 52 Gal don't really need too many abilities, so you can just run some utility subs with high value and low amounts, such as Quick Super Jump, Bomb Defense Up DX, Special Saver, or Swim Speed Up. Though, also just reallocating the abilities on your gear is probably a smarter thing to do, and you're kind of making up a reason to use Ability Doubler. But one thing that doesn't really factor into a gear's viability is its availability. All gear, even ones exclusive to certain articles of clothing, usually have 10 plus options to get it on top of ordering it from Splatnet 2 to get different ones. Well, Ability Doubler is only on 2 pieces of gear, the Splatfest Tee and the Splatfest Tee replica. It's on 2 pieces by technicality. You can only really get it on 1 though, as the Splatfest Tee is only available before and during Splatfest, which no longer happen in Splatoon 2. But after version 5.0.0, you're able to receive the Splatfest Tee replica, which is a replica of the t-shirt with a generic design, and isn't taken away from you. All shirts on Splatnet 2 and in the future Splatnet 3 are unable to give Ability Doubler too. Really being only on 1 piece of gear, you only really can have 1 set for it. So if you want to use Ability Doubler with Special Power Up for example, and you already have a shirt that's in use, you need to replace the abilities every time with chunks, which can be really expensive. Ability Doubler was never meant to be seen as an actual ability, more so of a bonus when Splatfest go on, with the gear piece that was introduced at the end of the game's life to keep the spirit of Splatfest alive in some capacity. But, backed by unpopular demand, Ability Doubler returned in Splatoon 3. Ability Doubler functions the exact same as it does in Splatoon 2, but arguably worse in this game. As Splatoon 3 has not finished its updates by the time of upload, you can only get access to the Splatfest Tee, and not its replica, so you can only use it the week leading up to a Splatfest, and during it. A new thing with this game too, is being able to replace the main ability on a piece of gear. Replacing Ability Doubler is 7.5 times cheaper than normal, only needing 6 chunks of a chosen ability instead of the normal 45. But replacing Ability Doubler will not allow you to get it back, though your gear resets to Ability Doubler the next Splatfest. As well as in Splatoon 2, the weapons that like Ability Doubler are very similar. Short-range shooters, or weapons that don't really care about their abilities, but the reasoning for why it's bad is also the same. It's better just to run a full ability set and get the 1 extra AP of abilities. I have no doubt we'll get the Splatfest Tee replica with Ability Doubler when Splatfest are done, but currently, there's no permanent piece available to you. I'm interested what abilities it would take to replace the gear with Ability Doubler, or maybe the Splatfest Tee replica will not let you remove the ability. We'll just have to wait and see. That so far is the history of Ability Doubler in Splatoon. A very uninteresting ability, not really meant for serious play, more of a special thing during Splatfest. With no balance changes or prominence in competitive play, it will most likely be forgotten despite being here all this time.